say this. By Dawn. Let me say it again. Let me say it one more time. By Dawn. It's been a slice of key lime pie. Oh, let me clean my screen, man. Let me clean my screen. Let me clean my camera. Listen. Don Lemon's gone. CNN is less gay for it. I mean the jovial gay. I don't mean the other kind, of course. Can I say it one more time? Coco, can I say it one more time? Coco Crypto, let me say it one more time. By Dawn. They fired Don Lemon, man. They fired Don Lemon. Monair, say with me, brother. By Dawn. My daughter the other day, I was talking to her. We're talking about something, and she said, and I said, "Bye, girl, bye." I said, "Girl, bye." She says, "Dad, stop being sassy." I said, "Who the hell are you calling sassy?" She goes, "Well, girl, bye is a little bit sassy, Dad." Listen, old Don said he was stunned at the news. There was no indication they were parting ways, and he would have expected someone in management to let him go. Well, Don, brother, in my estimation, you've been there a long time too long. A long time too long. You've been there a long time too long. Okay? You've been long. You've been gaying up the airways for a very long time. Okay? Like let's be fair, okay? Anderson Cooper is a homosexual. But you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. Some people had to tell me. They had to let me know. But Don, listen, don't pull the black card. We ain't here for it. We ain't here for none of it. But yeah, they let old Don go, boy. I thought Don was the black institution, the black gay institution of CNN. I thought they were checking their liberal boxes and saying, black, gay, yep, put old Don Lemon in there. Anytime you need it, the good old fashioned liberal perspective, you could slip old Don Lemon up in there, boy, and he would say exactly what that liberal media needed people to say. But the facts of the matter is, CNN doesn't need good old Don anymore, because they have, and I'm sorry to jump down this brother's throat, but they got that lawmaker out there in Tennessee doing the most. And he's not gay. You know who I'm talking about. He's not gay, but he's doing the most. He's standing up for transgender rights, and he's making it he's turned it into the civil rights movement. That brother got thrown out. Him and Justin Jones got thrown out for their position for their protest on gun violence, and now he has become the voice of trans rights. Well, isn't that a wonderful platform to have? They don't need Don Lemon no more. They can go get that good old boy from Tennessee, put that Afro brother on, and he can have a whole civil rights movement for the transgender community. Because we know that the trans community is the loudest voice in the LGBTQ community. They're the loudest screaming voice right now. They screaming at the top of their doggone lungs right now. Yeah, they want recognition in a way that's unprecedented. And Coco Crypto, I could not stand no doggone Don Lemon my doggone self. I remember when Don Lemon went out there and was getting, he was getting. I think it was in the Floyd riots. He was out there getting pepper sprayed and he was a perfect victim. Whew, that guy was a victim, and they just let good old Don, he's gone. Oh my gosh, I couldn't find a more Don Lemon type picture than the one I put up. I thought he looked absolutely fabulous in those glasses, so I put that up there. But man, and it's funny because as I was just saying the other day, if you look back in my life from the other day, I'm crying because I want to laugh. I really want to laugh harder. I want to be more petty because as people know, I'm absolutely unpolitically correct. Because Don Lemon, for 17 years, was the voice of the liberal black mind on CNN. Don was speaking for us. Oh yes, when you wanted to hear what black people thought about anything, go on CNN and listen to good old Don Lemon. And Don has been talking smack on behalf of us for 17 good old years. It's been a long time, baby. I hope they replace him with somebody with some sense. Because, oh man, I would always cringe. I'd always be like, oh no, what's Don going to say? What's Don Lemon? Oh no, they got Don Lemon up here about to talk. And it's to me, it's a relief. It's an absolute relief. Because the liberal agenda that always is inclusive to the black community has stopped speaking for most of us, right? I mean, what a place to be, stuck between the white evangelical conservative / Trump supporters, the Proud Boys, and Don Lemon. Like what? Is there nothing in between? Is there nothing for a conservative black voice in America? Is there nothing in between? And trust me, I understand very much why many black people are part of the Republican Party. I'm not ignorant to the whys. I'm not ignorant to the inability to swallow down pro-gay rights, abortion, pro-abortion, and all these things that the liberal conversation includes and swallows up. Transgender fluent. Sorry, let me speak properly. Gender fluency, the transgender rights of young children to make decisions to change their sex and parents having no say. All of these things that turn the face of the conservative black moral right. We have to identify ourselves. Many of us are the fake tears, the conservative black moral right, which is very different than the evangelical white conservative right. We have very different ideals, and it's really difficult sometimes to levitate between the constant conversation of black inequity that sits squarely in the hands of the Democratic voices in the Democratic Party, with the desire for the white nationalistic voice to re-emerge itself and to assert itself again. And it's a hard place to be, and it did not help Don Lemon riding the rainbow chariot on the side of the liberal voice, the liberal black voice. Now he can reunite with his former colleague, Chris Cuomo. Okay. Yeah, it is fake outrage. If you look at his Twitter, his agent told him that he had been fired this morning, and it was truly, he said, a surprise, a shock. He was stunned, and those people are not stupid. They know they can't tell that demographic anything in advance. You kidding me? You give Don Lemon a head start on you're going to fire him. He's gonna whip up a tornado. I'm one of the longest standing black. He would have pulled the black card, and any other card he could have pulled. CNN would have had a storm. They would have said, "Nah, bro, just fire that guy this morning. Just shut him down this morning, and go on with your day." They couldn't get that guy a head start. You opened it up for the public. That was generous of you. Oh, man, of course I opened up for the public. I'm not afraid of you ninjas. I'm not afraid of nobody. They can do what they want to me. Listen, I am a conservative Christian man. Sorry, a conservative black Christian man. Everybody knows what that particular demographic agrees with and doesn't agree with. I don't have to pussyfoot around. I'm not an actor. I'm not a politician. I'm not David Chappelle. I don't have to tell jokes about it so that I can pretend like I support things. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to scale it back and say anything. Oh, I'm not speaking about their human rights. I'm speaking. No, I don't do all that. They know. People know. Nobody's running around here trying to. We're not Uganda. We're not Uganda. I'm not Uganda, but at the very same time, I'm a conservative, Christian, heterosexual black male voice, and I believe in what we believe. I'm a Bible-believing, Bible-thumping conservative of moral esteem, and my track record is long in how I believe in those things. I'm not afraid of you people. I'm not afraid of nobody. I'll open it up for the public. Shout me down. No problem. I'm not that important. YouTube wants to take down this little channel. Let them go ahead. I'm not that big a deal. Am I? If they want to, I've been called everything. Y'all should Google me. I've been called xenophobic, pride dissing pastor. They called me every name in the doggone book. I'm called all that already. Okay. So, what's that? No, that's not true. Listen, I'm not your op. That word is so interesting to me because it meant something different. I was just saying I'm a subscriber, but usually you only leave for paying viewers. That's not true. I don't do that. Maybe you haven't been here for a while. No. I open it up. I don't have a lot of things that are only for my my members. I don't do a lot. I hope you don't think that. No, man. I want all of y'all to hear me. No. There are some things that are for the paying subscribers, but no. This one's for everybody. Don's gone. Don's gone. Breast. He's not dead exactly. It's not the witch is dead. The witch is dead. But Don is he is an institution. He is an institution. We can't get around that. Almost 2 decades of Don Lemon. Don can go down to get his unemployment just like me. Jenny, wait, let me see the name properly. Aristine Jenny. Listen, Don was making $4 million a year. Okay, he ain't like you, Jenny. He ain't like you. I'm gonna say in my Forrest Gump, Jenny. He ain't like you, Jenny. He was making $4 million American dollars a year. That boy's gonna be all right. Absolutely, Jenny. Okay, he ain't gonna have to go down and work for bubblegum shrimp. So what happened is Zenobia. What happened is they just fired Don. That's what happened. Nobody said why. There was no why, there was no reason, there was no nothing. They just woke up one day and CNN said, fire that Negro. And he was gone. That's all we know. Isn't it symbolic that that him and Tucker. Ooh, did they fire Tucker Carlson too? I should be talking about that. Oh, stop it. They fired Tucker Carlson too? How come you ninjas didn't tell me this? Let me look this up right now. They fired Tucker Carlson too? I cannot stand me some Tucker Carlson. You guys didn't tell me that. How come my information sources kept that from me? Let me look that up right now. I'm going to switch. They fired Don and Tucker? Let me put that in the database. Whew. Tucker. As soon as I put TUC, Tucker Carlson shows up. Isn't that crazy? What will Tucker Carlson do? I had no idea they fired Tucker Carlson too. What's going on? That is, you know what? Now I'm suspicious. Ooh. What? Fox News host Tucker Carlson and CNN host Don Lemon both abruptly exited their. They fired both of them today. Just hours before Fox News announced Tucker Carlson's departure, in a statement, the network was still promoting his primetime show, indicating just how sudden the separation was. Fox News media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. Wow. It's a Monday morning execution. What in the heck I had no idea. They fired both of them the same day. Lemon was fiery in his response to being ousted, stating on Twitter that he was stunned. Wow, I didn't know this. I did not know this. Let me continue reading. Tucker Carlson, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again, was the most racist man in America. And I'll tell you right now, Tucker Carlson won't stay unemployed for very long. But watch what it says here. Fox News host Tucker Carlson and CNN host Don Lemon both abruptly exited their cable outlets on Monday following a series of controversies, marking a seismic shift in the media landscape. Listen, baby, it's my time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, for these two guys to be ousted at the same time, Tucker Carlson to Bill O'Reilly, a roundup of Fox News fallen anchors. Wow. This is very, very interesting. I don't know what's happening right now, but this is very interesting. Now, Tucker Carlson, apparently it was an agreement to part ways. What's going on here? Earlier this month, Variety published a report claiming that Lemon made other offensive comments about women on air and in the past, and alleged inappropriate behavior towards female colleagues at CNN. Accusing Don Lemon of being inappropriate to females is like accusing a goldfish for sucking up too much air. Because what? Anyways, news of Carlson's departure came the week of Fox News settled Dominion voting systems defamation lawsuits for $787 million. Carlson, along with host Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, privately mocked regular guests such as Donald Trump's attorneys, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, while continuing to promote conspiracy theories in their audience. Okay, do we see the things that are matching up here? Last month, the White House joined in widespread condemnation of Carlson, singling him out for his misleading portrayal of the U.S. Capitol riot. Okay. So what we have here in combination is we have two anti-Trumpsters. The plot thickens. We have two individuals. And remember, Tucker Carlson was very pro-Trump. And after Trump was, impeached twice, he seemingly turned on the Donald. And we know, of course, that, Don Lemon was never a Trump supporter. what's this thing here? Wow. It says here, good news. The dumbest man on television, Don Lemon, has finally been fired from fake news CNN. Former President Donald Trump said on Truth Social. My only question is, what took them so long? Wow. The dumbest man on television. Well, if Don Lemon was the dumbest man on television, Tucker Carlson was the most racist man on television. Ooh, both got fired. Look at it. Where have you been? I don't know where I've been. I had no idea they fired Tucker too. I had no idea. Don was fired after Tucker. Listen, y'all should be breaking this news. They're complete opposite of each other. They are, but they both don't like Trump. Disaster on Monday morning. Wow. They are complete opposites. They are, but there's the combination is they both don't like the Donald. They called it Mondays for nothing. Don't overlook Susan Rice stepping down. I don't know who that is actually. I don't know who Susan Rice is, although very different. They both were replaced by people that are more detrimental to our cause. Wow. Exit stage left. Wow. 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 No coincidence. It isn't a coincidence. It isn't a coincidence. Wow, I had no idea they killed Tucker too today. Wow. I should really be doing I think I gotta do both, right? I can't just do Don and not do Tucker. I'm gonna change the image here and change the title to what should I make this? This one has to be good. This one has to be good. I'm gonna come up with it in a minute. So you guys give me a title to this one. All right? Tucker and the Dawn. Wow, that sounds like a movie. It sounds like a sci-fi. Tucker and the Dawn. Well, wow. Listen, they're different. They are two opposites of the political spectrum. But the only thing that causes them to come together is the overwhelming disdain that they both have for Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, sitting in the background here, might be pulling a lot more strings than we realize. That is very, very interesting. And he didn't waste no time to come for Don Lemon's head. The dumbest man on television. Ooh, those are fighting words. And if Don Lemon's smart, he don't say a word till you get a job. Don't even reply to that till you get a job. Unless, is that what we're going to call it? Canned manwich? Goodbye, Donna Lemonade. Yeah, man, listen. Donna Lemonade, I call him key lime pie. Woo, baby. Listen, Tucker Carlson, I was so upset listening to that guy talk. A menwich. I was so offended. For those who see this later, I'm just talking about all the crazy stuff people are saying on the live here. You tried, I know, man. I know you tried. Keep coming with some stuff. I'm gonna change the whole title of this. For the folks who'll see this later, the title was changed. I had it as by Dawn. What would I say? What was my actual title? I forget what it is right now. I forget. I just put these things up here and jump. I was so anxious to jump out here. I was so anxious to talk about Don that I missed Tucker. That's one dirty sandwich, though. That's one dirty right wing, left wing sandwich. Yep, key lime pie. Goodbye, key lime pie. Yep. Whew. Listen, the question is what's going to take their place? Will it be objective? Will it be more white racism from the right? Will it be more liberal toxicity from the left? Will something fit in the middle? The suckers come home to roost. I like that. I like that. But the suckers is a little bit too literal, don't you think, Cheryl? It's a little bit too literal. Yeah. So, but I think what's going to like where are these stations going to settle? Because once you do things like that, like who do you replace? Like I would love to see a guy like Roland Martin back in a very strong role on CNN, and he has a very strong show. Um, I would like to see that. More government propaganda, I know, because that's all CNN talks about. Like, I cannot stand listening to CNN. Hey, what's going on, Black Panther X? Praises to the Most High. Absolutely. Don and Tucker should just collaborate and start a new show together. They absolutely should. They absolutely should, right? And it should be called, you know, I have a name. They have their own show, right? It could be something like I'm gonna come up with it in a minute. I'm gonna come up with it in a minute. It's like two sides of the same coin, something like that. You know, two sides of the same gay coin. I don't know. No, because Tucker ain't gay. I don't know. So yeah, that would be a very interesting show because they don't have to agree on anything. They can just sit there and argue the whole doggone day. If I were their agents, I'd be making that call. I'd be like, hey, listen, we're both out of work. We could just basically take this whole thing over. You have your view, I have my view, and we don't have to agree. And we could scrutinize every single person we put in front of us. But what we do share in common is we both hate Trump and we've both been sacked. I wonder how much Tucker Carlson was making. Does anybody know? I know Don was making $4 million a year. What was Tucker's salary? Let me look that up right now. Tucker, it's crazy how what am I on? What's my browser? My browser automatically, as soon as I put TU, Tucker Carlson comes up. Tucker Carlson salary, 2023. Let me see what this good old boy was making. What was this good old boy making for money? Could anybody look this up quicker than me? I'd love to know. News about Tucker Carlson's salary. They're saying that he's demanding close to about 25 million a year right now. Wow, Don, they had Don at a great discount, eh? They were paying Don nothing. Tucker Carlson's worth 5 times what they were paying Don. 6 times what they're paying Don. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't say. OAN would pay Tucker Carlson $25 million to join San Diego-based outlet CEO says. $25 million. Wow. A year, I guess that would be. Wow. Let me see if they're going to pay Don. Nobody's looking to hire Don. Don ain't got a job. Well, maybe the same but source TV host net. It says Don Lemon's net worth is about 12 million. It says his net worth is about 12 million. Listen, with all that liberal media, they still had that Negro at the bottom of the food chain. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I missed you. I used to watch all your stuff at the gym on my playlist. I almost killed myself on the Stairmaster diet. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. I really only like to talk about things that I actually are passionate about. So I'm trying to get better at just speaking about things that are just to fill the gaps, but I'm not good at that. I'd like to be able to talk about things coherently that are good for our people. But I appreciate you. That would be the best. That would be the news version of Undisputed. Yes, it would be. That's exactly what that would be if they put them both on there. Ebony and Ivory, controversy sells. 2 sides about right. Call it the opposite view. Yes. Don equals 3/5. Canned fruitcake. That's about white. Woo, that's a good one, Big Tasty. There's nothing new in America. Don is 3/5 of a man. Oh, you're terrible. Y'all are terrible. Y'all are awful, man. Y'all are awful. Y'all are terrible. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it when my subscribers are as petty as I am. I thought I was alone. But listen, it's I can't even jump on the bandwagon for these guys. You know, I can't even jump on the bandwagon. I'm here to burn down a couple of these liberal guys too. Like if you guys think that just because these guys are black that I'm going to sit here and listen to their foolishness, um, I'm not. I'm not going to listen to it. Those two Justins over there in Tennessee, Justin and Justin. Justin and Justin. It's like Johnson and Johnson. You guys, you guys are Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, and especially Justin Pearson. Like Justin Pearson is over there advocating for foolishness. How can somebody so articulate and eloquent have nothing proper to have a conversation about? It's annoying, bro. You're sitting there sounding like Dr. King talking about nonsense. Whew. What's going on? Like I've been saying, you guys, for those who've been listening to me, you've been saying there is just a complete vacuum of coherent, um, I don't want to call them right wing, conservative black voices. I'll say it like that. You know, Judeo-Christian based voices that are actually pro-black still, because you can actually be that. You can actually be a Christian conservative that is still pro-black. That exists. That's a real thing. And we need somewhere to land. Like, gosh, we need somewhere to land. And, you know, so I can celebrate Don Lemon getting kicked in the can out of here, and I can absolutely celebrate Tucker Carlson getting kicked in the head. Whew. Oh, Zenobia, I did not know you're a girl. I did not know that, because it's very difficult to figure that out. Y'all got to tell people these kind of things. I did not know, and I apologize. I apologize greatly. I apologize. I did not know. I did not know. I apologize. Oh shoot, I'm petty queen. That's why I love your content. Oh, I'm the pettiest man in America. I'm the pettiest man in America. My goodness. Oh man, it warms the cockles of my cold heart to know that there's other petty people who cannot wait to see the nonsense expelled in a very elaborate way. And you know, so I hope that Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson bounced multiple times when they kicked their behinds out of their job, out of their respective job. And I don't usually cry for millionaires. Yeah, you're not petty, Dale. I'm not? Oh, thanks, Cheryl. See, Cheryl sees the inner virtues in me. And that's what I appreciate. And you can look at me and see the inner virtue that sits on the inside, deep in me. I appreciate it. I try to be honest. I just try to be honest, and I can't. You know, some of y'all don't agree to everything I say. You know, so you guys fight me. I've lost hundreds of subscribers over. I've lost hundreds of subscribers because I said certain things, and I'm not afraid of none of you ninjas. I'm not going to repeat it because I might lose some more of y'all. I kind of want you guys to hang around, but I've said some stuff, and I stand by my guns. I've said nothing that I would take back, to be honest with you, not to you guys at least. Going to be in the U.S. very, very soon. Going to be in the U.S. This week. I'm heading out to Cincinnati. And for those who didn't know, I had a hell of a time when I first started this channel. Don fired, Del hired. Hey, come on now, preach that message. CNN, they can't get a hold of me, baby. That's you know what? Please reach out to Real TV, my agent, and talk to him about getting me my own show on CNN. I lose subscribers all the time, but I was literally banned. I couldn't get in America for till March, and I don't know what I said earlier, but me talking about them Ashkenazi didn't go well at the border. So I had to go and apply to a Superior Court judge and bring some documentation and stuff like that to make sure that I can get into the United States of America. So every time now, and this has never happened to me in my life. Remember, I was educated in America. I was an educated man. in Fairleigh Dickinson University, the FDU Knights, for some of you who watch the NCAA. We beat a number one seed, and they had me locked up. I couldn't get out of here. I couldn't get out of Canada. Not locked up like in jail. They had me locked out of America. And so I just recently got access to America. So I will be coming Friday. I believe the plans for me is to speak in Cincinnati and then to go up to Detroit. But my long-term goals are to have a consistent relationship with America in the area of Houston. I want to teach at a couple of HBCUs in respect to have some speaking engagements, and I'm hopefully going to be heading the Shiloh Institute. Teaneck, New Jersey, of course, Fairleigh Dickinson. Come on now, Don. Used to live in Teaneck, eh? Okay. So yeah, the Black Hats had me locked out, Black Panther X. And so now I'm heading over there. So yes. Where are you speaking in Cincy? I will tell you the news as soon as they tell me. They have to send me the itinerary, and I will let you guys know. They can never hire Dell. He's too real. Come on, Zeno. They hired me, but they probably fired me the next day. I was born in America, and I can't get out. Hey, listen. And I'm going to say this to the African American in America. Speaking of an African out of America, the African American in America, and the African out of America, your opportunities compared to mine are so much more. And a country that has 40 million blacks, and our country has 40 million people, Canada, and the black intelligentsia is so very small here. So voices like mine are rare and unwanted. And this is why when I look at the analytics of the people I speak to, 90% of you are in America, and I do have some folks local. But yeah, Los Angeles, I would love to come out there. Would love to come out to LA, Black Panther X, would love to see it. Cincinnati is a nice city. I remember when I was in college and I handed the Cincinnati Bearcats 28 of my best points. Big ups to who was Bob Huggins was the coach at that time, and there had a couple other individuals there. But Bronx, come on now, I know the Bronx. Fordham University, I gave Fordham some of my best points. I gave Fordham 40 and 19 one year. So yeah, we know all about Fordham. Know all about Fordham University. So so Bronx and everybody from the Bronx who says they're from Mount Vernon, money earning Mount Vernon, we know about you folks too. So definitely, I'm gonna make my way around the U.S. I'm at the age now where I'm closer to retirement than I am to active work, but I'll never retire functionally. But my goal is to spend my latter years with speaking engagements, educational tours in the United States of America, and then getting out of America just in time before you guys ban me for being there too long. So hopefully, if I do get a proper gig. Mount Vernon, what year were you at FDU? I was at FDU from 1988 to 1992. The MVP, all Northeast Conference, all East Coast, the baddest man in Hackensack, New Jersey. Come on. So I was there at that time. Yeah, I'm old. I would rather starve than live another 5 years here. But Canada is out of the question. Canada is out of the question for me. I'm hoping to hang out with some of you folks in Houston, that good old cheap real estate out there in Houston. I'm gonna come on out there. But I definitely want to position a conservative voice, a conservative Judeo-Christian voice that sits in the middle, in order for us to really have the true power that we need. Again, the Shiloh Institute. The Shiloh Institute is the foundation that I'm coming to help. And the Shiloh Institute, for those who haven't heard of it, and you can look it up, theshilohInstitute.org. We're putting the Shiloh Institute together as a educational and advocacy organization intent on both spreading the word of what the black, I'm going to call it the black middle, the black conservative middle has to say in respect to America, Africa, and Israel, We're going to make sure that our saints in Damona build, and I have some incredible plans. When I come out there, we're going to make sure that the monies that are slotted for Israel, that Damona gets their fair share. We're going to make sure that the conversation about what reparations looks like and what it should be like starts in the armpit of power, because guess what? You can pay us so much money. A lot of people are rich now. A lot of black people are rich in America, but they're still without power, right? That's one of the things we're learning right now, is those billions and billions of dollars that we thought would balance the playing field have not. And so we have to learn different mechanisms of how power works. We have to be, think about it. If I'm printing all the money and I make you a billionaire, that don't mean nothing to me. I'm printing the money, right? But if I never give you the printing press, if I never give you the mechanisms of what I have to keep the power, then essentially you're still a slave. You're just a slave with more money. This is the things we have to change. And so my goals when I come to America as a guest is to have conversations about these things and to speak on behalf of our people in respect to these things. Highly paid slaves, yeah, and that's what Don Lemon was. Highly paid slaves. You got highly paid slaves. You got slaves that are being voted in because guess what? If Justin Jones and Justin Pearson are lawmakers in Tennessee, of all places, you're in the Bible Belt, and these brothers have nothing to say about the true plight of the black community, and they picked up scenarios where they're advocating for transgender rights, like you're a useless voice to us. Like, come on, man. Like, you're not being discriminated. And if I have some gay people and transgender people and all of the other individuals that identify as so-called alternative or LGBTQ plus spirit and all the other things, and you're black, listen to me very carefully. You're not discriminated against because of your sexual choices. You're not discriminated against because of the identity that you determine to have in respect to your gender. You're not being discriminated against because of the inability to articulate freely your pronoun. You are being discriminated against, and you have been 500 years set behind due to the fact that you are a descendant of African slavery or identified as a minority / hegemonic personality in the place that you live. Yeah, don't tell me. Listen, Malcolm couldn't speak like me, Cheryl. Malcolm couldn't talk like me, but I'm going to say it. You are not being identified and discriminated against based on these things. These things have nothing to do with why black people are put behind in America. Don Lemon is a prime example. Prime example. His gayness should have kept him that job until his booty was brittle. I could have said it worse than that, but I didn't, because it would have just been too much. His gayness should have kept him in that position until he was in a rocking chair. But it didn't. His black behind got bounced the second they didn't require him there anymore. And so these things are not what keep you. And these two boys here, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, these lawmakers in the Bible Belt who have nothing to do but to disarm black people, because that's all that your anti-gun violence, you're just going to take the guns out of the hands of the people that actually needed to defend themselves, and your advocacy for constituents that are not identified as simply black marginalized people, but you are now dissecting the marginalized into smaller, tiny little groups. Come on, man. I wish you guys would speak of things that create advocacy for the greater group. Does not the transgender black child and the heterosexual black child and the whatever other, the queer black child and all these other black children, do they not sit down in Tennessee in the same classrooms? And don't they deal with the same police discrimination and the same hegemony? And don't they have the same issues, irrespective of class or access? Bro, why are you sitting here talking about things like this? That's not helping us, brother. Come on. Anyway, my sister-in-law has the same name. I like it. Oh, okay. I can't even pronounce it properly. I wish I could pronounce it. Alpha X Omega. That's a pretty powerful name. If they did speak of such, they would not be given the platforms. And it's true. It's very true. They are true politicians. Just like I said, Julius Malema, who wrapped himself in a rainbow flag and started out talking about a community of people in Africa that are definitely under fire. But he's a politician, and he's looking for his soapbox. I box and extremely concerned about having to fight a man in the near future. Listen, forget about even boxing a man. I'm telling you, for a man who lives in Toronto, imagine growing up with a young person who is trans, right? But they have been allowed to change their sex very early in life, right? Because one of the things that brothers at my age do now, if you're really smart, before you start dating a woman on a serious level or exercising any level of courtship or investigation, you look at the children, you look at the baby pictures. I want to see your baby pictures. I want to see you as a little girl with pigtails in your hair. Oh, okay. Oh. She's a born female, right? You ain't gonna be able to do that in 10 years, because 5, 6, 7, they're gonna let these little children change their sex. So that man that you're dating, he's been a little girl since he's been 4 or 5 years old, and you have no idea. You can look back at the baby pictures all you want, okay? Because Sam has been Samantha from before his grown teeth came in his mouth. So these things are getting extremely scary now. Extremely scary. Go and look. This is a little graphic. You go and look at what a trans woman's surgical vagina looks like. Okay, I know. You go Google those pictures. A trans woman surgically altered vagina. Now, that thing looks like it looked like an old ugly vagina, but it looked like a vagina. It's an old ugly vagina. But for the most part, that old ugly thing is a vagina. So what are you going to do now? Bubba from Brooklyn, good to see you, brother. What are you going to do now? As a with your teenagers and your millennials and all these people that are coming up in an era where you don't know, because guess what? They don't have to disclose to you that they are trans, because these things are it's not necessary anymore, because they're saying not all women have a vagina. And so therefore they don't have to identify themselves. Soon the identification process will be illegal. So it's interesting. Where have we gotten into this conversation when we're talking about Dawn and Tucker? We need an ovary detector. Yes, we do. Oh boy. We need an ovary detector. We do. We absolutely do. But anyway, this is my time, and I'm going to let y'all go and come back again another time. But thank you for hanging out with me. It's been great, and I'll see you soon. Del K. Burton signing out. Old Dawn, no more key lime pie for you, brother. And Tucker, I'm glad your behind is unemployed right now. I'll talk to you later. Glad to talk to all of you too. Bye-bye.